What's up, y'all? Another Bible study, Bible reading, Mark 13. As he was going out of the temple, one of his disciples said to him, "Teacher, behold what beautiful stones and what wonderful buildings." And Jesus said to him, "Do you see these great buildings? Not one stone will be left upon another which will not be torn down." Now that's a prophecy of the temple being destroyed 40 years later. As he was sitting on the Mount of Olives opposite the temple, Peter and James and John and Andrew were questioning him privately. "Tell us, when will these things be? And what will be the sign when all these things are going to be fulfilled?" And Jesus began to say to them, "See to it that no one misleads you. Many will come in my name saying, 'I am he,' and will mislead many." See, that's been going on for a long time. A lot of people claiming to be Christ. A lot of people claiming to be God. When you hear of wars and rumors of wars, do not be frightened. Those things must take place, but that is not yet the end. That also has been going on for a long time, since for the last 2,000 years. But especially right now, all you hear about is wars and rumors of wars nowadays. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there will be earthquakes in various places. The earthquakes lately, there's never been earthquakes like in history as far as we know, like there's been lately. Major earthquakes. And there will also be famines. A third of the world goes to bed hungry every night. These are merely the beginning of the birth pains. Be on your guard, for they will deliver you into the courts, and you will be flogged in the synagogues, and you will stand before governors and kings for my name's sake as a testimony to them. The gospel must first be preached to all the nations. When they arrest you and hand you over, do not worry beforehand what you are to say, but say whatever is given you in that hour, for it is not you who speak, but it is the Holy Spirit. Brother will betray brother to death, and a father his child, and children will rise up against their parents and have them put to death. You will be hated by all because of my name, but the one who endures to the end, he will be saved. Now everything I just read has been going on the last 2,000 years, but it's only increasing, especially the last couple years, increasing exponentially. But here's where it jumps definitely to the tribulation time. But when you see the abomination of desolation standing where it should not be, the abomination of desolation will be set up by the Antichrist at the beginning of the Great Tribulation. Let the reader understand. Then those who are in Judea must flee to the mountains. Judea is Israel, the area around Jerusalem. The one who is on the housetop must not go down or go in to get anything out of his house. And the one who's in the field must not turn back to get his coat. But woe to those who are pregnant and to those who are nursing babies in those days. But pray that it may not happen in the winter. For those days will be a time of tribulation such as never occurred since the beginning of the creation which God created until now, and never will. Unless the Lord had shortened those days, no life would have been saved. But for the sake of the elect, whom he chose, he shortened the days. And then if anyone says to you, 'Behold, here is the Christ,' or 'Behold, here he is,' do not believe him. For false Christs and false prophets will arise, the Antichrist and the false prophet, and will show signs and wonders in order to lead astray, if possible, the elect. They're going to be performing miracles, calling fire down from heaven, deceiving the whole world. But take heed, behold, I have told you everything in advance. But in those days, after that tribulation, the sun will be darkened, and the moon will not give its light, and the stars will be falling from heaven, and the powers that are in the heaven will be shaken. And then they will see the Son of Man coming in the clouds with great power and glory. And he will send forth his angels, and will gather together his elect from the four winds, from the farthest end of the earth to the farthest end of heaven. Now learn the parable from the fig tree. Israel's a fig tree. When his branch has already become tender and put forth its leaves, then you know summer is near. And you see Israel becoming a nation again, which is actually basically just the tribe of Judah. People think the Jews are Israel, but Israel is 12 tribes, and the Jews were just one, maybe two, because there was the tribe of Benjamin was mixed in with Judah. Even so, you too, when you see these things happening, like we are, recognize that he is near, right at the door. Truly I say to you, this generation will not pass away until all these things take place. I believe that generation started with the recreation of Israel as a nation, and the regaining of Jerusalem in 1967. Heaven and earth will pass away, but my words will not pass away. But of that day and hour, no one knows. That's actually the Feast of Trumpets, one of God's holy days, is known as the day when no man knows the day or the hour, because it's based on the sighting of the sliver of the new moon. Not even the angels in heaven, nor the Son, but the Father alone. Take heed, keep on the alert, for you do not know when the appointed time will come. It is like a man away on a journey, Jesus when he went back to heaven, who upon leaving his house and putting his slaves in charge, which is us believers, assigning each one to his task, also commanded the doorkeeper to stay on alert. Therefore be on the alert, for you do not know when the master of the house is coming, when Jesus is coming, whether in the evening, at midnight, or when a rooster crows, or in the morning. He didn't say we couldn't know the season, couldn't know the approximate time, in case he should come suddenly and find you all asleep. What I say to you, I say to all, be on the alert. We got to be ready at all times. Seeing all these signs. Time is short, y'all. The time is short. That's the end of chapter 13. God bless you guys.